know, but you've been eating the last piece of that for the last piece of that. How many last pieces are there?
Let it go. Let's talk about
They're stealing money from me.
You want a beer or a hard cider? A vodka? Don't worry. Don't. It's coming. No, it's coming for you, honey.
There's your microphone right there.
Honey sugar. Oh, he still has the rouge on.
Yeah, I saw him in the bar. I'm like, Sean, did you not get the makeup off? He goes, oh shit, I forgot about that. And the people sitting next to him were like,
the nice lady. Listen. We shaved the nice lady, and I bet the nice lady, in return for us shaving her, will get a wet rag with some soap and wash his face. If we do it, he'll try to fight us. But if you do it, he'll see a maternal instinct. Can you get a wet rag with some soap, hot, and just because he's still got the puppet makeup on from last night. He doesn't know it. This is more of it's a courteous thing, like when I made out with the retarded kid last night.
Or shaved your armpits.
Yeah,
retarded. Well, now, when you say retarded, how retarded?
Well, Andy, it's
what? Say what, Junior? Oh, okay.
High level autism.
was that the big guy with the blue? Oh, was wearing all blue and he was running around in the lobby.
His face was like a underinflated balloon, bloated like a balloon, but squishy.
Yes,
squishy.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like a tit job that was half full.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw him run into the bathroom at one point.
Probably
So he may have been
throwing
peeing
up
himself.
after I plunged my tongue into his mouth. He goes, I've never been kissed by a boy or a girl. Like, well,
You still haven't.
Here it's going to happen.
It's going to be a long drought.
All right. Hey,
Pantzer.
we're actually podcasting now. Just letting you know.
I love it when women do stuff for
There you
me.
go. You got to live tweet it or narrate it.
Oh, yeah.
Periscope it.
Well,
the hot chick, the only chick
I don't know if we
in the room
described.
is now.
But hot.
What? Yeah. She saw it, just wiping down
She
Sean
doesn't-
Rouse's face.
She wants
the
to be
clown
known as
makeup.
ugly. We've established that. She wants to be known as a human
that's-
being that's ugly.
Well, Sean is suppressing his boner right now for that very reason.
It's not suppressed.
Oh,
It's not suppressed
It
whatsoever.
is.
It's going to take a lot more than a hot towel to get this thing hard. after the fucking booze that's been pouring through it.
Don't worry, I got pills for that.
I was just going to say,
You just have to have a commitment.
Thank you, Junior.
is he using his dick as a
Appreciate it,
straw?
buddy.
We have the on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, you're going to be on the next one. We'll switch out. We're doing 10-minute chunks.
Okay. Yep.
So Peter O'Keefe, who put this thing together.
Thank you, Mama.
Sean
Thanks
Rouse,
for cleaning me up.
we're just happy to have come back over here. You pissed the
I
bed
made
again?
it. No, just once this whole tour. Those are pretty good numbers.
fantastic.
I mean,
Good.
yeah, it's been 5 days.
Peter O'Keefe, how did you get into this?
Oh, what happened in Sarasota?
Oh, yeah, tell us.
Did I piss on something? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we were just
Andy
we're
talked to
partying a bit hard. But like
Were
I
you in
say,
the smoking heroin thing?
it's a travel day. You know, those are rough. You got to relax after it.
That was a suicide benefit. It's not a travel day when a kid's dead and they're selling merch with his blood splatters on it.
If there's 3 of you getting a $300 guarantee, that's a travel day.
That's yeah. Oh, jeez.
We weren't working that day. I think I might have done 5 minutes and then
But you
bottomed out.
cleared the fucking girl that did the header.
That was Tampa.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that was
Anyway.
day 2.
Anyway,
But yeah, I took care of that. That was good.
you're moving around. We spent your joke. Or we made allusions to you talking about now I'm gonna have to jerk off with this hand.
Oh yeah,
Thing.
yeah.
That was so funny when he said that night.
Fucking God.
That was one of those I had to turn around and leave the room because I was
fucking
bawling.
hilarious.
Bawling.
And again, you had to be there, but we described it on an earlier podcast.
Be there next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pete will do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it again for sure. I mean, if we all can do this all again.
Well,
do it
Pete
again.
set this up through one of the worst venues we've ever played. It was a great venue. Worst outcome. They probably had as many people as we had last night.
Oh, no, we had way more last night. That night that you went last year when you played here, or year and a half ago, 2 years ago, right? April of 2 years ago. I think the final count was like 105 or something.
And you had more last night?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
But
But at least
good.
106, 107. No, there was a bunch. There was a bunch.
Yeah, I have vague memories of both nights. I know last night, the first night, I was a worse heckler than anyone that was thrown out.
Oh, you were hurdling the stairs.
Which also was another.
First of all, you have me on the merch. Andy is selling T-shirts with my face on it. When
I told him you
clear.
might want to clear that with Dougie. Yeah.
That I am only an audience member here. This podcast, we're just showing up to watch the debacle. I'm just going to be an audience guy.
Just gonna hang out and kiss retards.
Yep, my face is on the merch.
Fucking take the weekend off.
You didn't hear this, but since we've already said it on the podcast briefly, some guy left the show last night, took a picture of that T-shirt with all our faces on it, and said, I just want to remember who to never see again.
Did he?
Yeah.
On that note,
that's great.
I got a message this morning from
Beat
the
it,
guy who
faggot.
runs the radio station, and he said that if he had a chance to shank Andy Andrist in the elevator, he would. And the night before,
Is he the Christian fellow?
no, that was the night before somebody threatened to kill Andy.
Yeah, we've
So
been
we've
over
had
that.
two of them.
Yeah. So, Shawnee, memories of the weekend.
What, memories?
Yes. You pee to bed.
Getting ripped off by that. Yep.
Oh yeah. I will quote Sean Rouse's own bit. I don't say the N-word because I'm not edgy. I don't try to go edgy like other comics, and my girlfriend is African American.
Yeah.
And she made me promise I'd never use that word unless we're making love.
But we're divorced now, so it's okay.
Sean Rouse is the most brilliant comic that angers me in that, like, Hedberg was so imitable that everyone could kind of do Hedberg.
Right.
But Sean Rouse has a thing, until someone can come up with an impression of Sean Rouse that we can copy, like we're copying Junior's Bill Burr. Like they copied so-and-so's Christopher Walken. Someone comes up with the impression. I couldn't do Henry Phillips till Mike McRae did Henry Phillips, and now we can all mimic Mike McRae, but no one can do a Sean Rouse. And Sean Rouse is a guy that if you don't know Sean Rouse, did we say this on the podcast or off it with Johnny Depp? I made Johnny Depp watch it when he made me watch the.
I was on it.
All right, I made him watch your fucking tsunami bit on YouTube, and he was fucking dying. So who's this guy?
And I didn't even have the closer on that point. The closer wasn't ready on that one. It was, why are you guys crying? Almost everyone over there is Buddhist. They're coming back. It's fine. They made it.
That's right.
But
That's
instead
not
I
on
had
there.
Yeah.
But
the other closer.
I
The
remember
shit
your
closer.
initial version of that, where you go, yeah, America, yeah, we're helping out with this tsunami. We're sending food and clothes as soon as they build that mall. That was your early stages of that bit. I remember Rogan's bit, one of the best bits I've ever heard. Like Cosby, Thanks Mom, that kind of legendary bit about the de-evolution of man. And I saw the one that he finally put on a CD, and I go, I remember the early versions. You're missing this tag, but every bit you do, you evolves to the point where, all right, this is the fucking DVD version.
Right.
How long you been doing comedy, Peter?
5 years, May 17th. 5 years. Started here in town.
You're an old dude. You're my age.
49, yep. Just turned 4. I'll be 50 this year. Yep. I used to do a lot of bands, MC festivals and things like that. My brother and I used to put together a lot of festivals. So just got pushed into it one time and did it. And the funny thing is, the girl who you called a cunt the other night, the first open mic I ever did, her sister, her twin sister, heckled me that night, and I called her a cunt. So we got the whole family.
Life is a circle.
Who was it in the room? Someone told me that where I go, oh, it was you.
Yeah. Whenever you called me out when on stage, and when you were calling that chick a cunt, and you were like, I'll have Chad Shank drag you out. And I fucking went over to fuck with you, and Pete's like, "No, I know them. Don't. I'm not dragging anybody out. Just fucking around."
He knew I was kidding. So I started. I was 23. How old were you, Sean?
22.
And you started at 45.
44, yep. 44, 45, yep.
Just
decided to do it one time.
I'm sorry, but when I introduced you guys the first night, I go, these are 3 of my favorite comics on the fucking planet, and there's 2 other guys that I'll smoke during. I smoked during you. Pantzer.
Pantzer.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
The German
Right.
tank,
Yeah,
Pantzer.
all right,
Blitzkrieg.
Pantzer will have on the next podcast, the last 10-minute podcast. So I missed you.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
When
you're
I'd knock out a quick 5. Let's go. Come on.
I'll do it right now.
Get on the coffee table.
Hey, man, hey. My 15-year-old daughter is dating a 6'8" guy. You ever didn't catch that bit?
No,
One of the bits I have is my 15-year-old daughter. She's 5'2". She started dating a dude recently, and he's 6'8". Big, huge white kid. He's 15 years old. Imagine how goofy you are at 15 years old, 6'8". First time I ever met him, I looked at him and went, God damn, you must have a huge dick. What the fuck?
Don't you hurt my little girl.
And the crowd gets uncomfortable, and I go, well, think how uncomfortable it is for my daughter. She should start with a starter penis or something like mine, a small one, something a little.
That's creepy. Oh, you just went real creepy. Something like mine.
But not mine, not mine.
Me.
It's an uncomfortable bit.
But he's 15, so he's probably going to come quick. So you figure, you get it in, blah, pull it out quick. It'll close back up.
Honestly, if you're...
She's not going to lose any elasticity at 15.
Bounces right back.
Yeah.
You can push a fucking baby through there.
You don't smoke cigarettes, Rouse, but if you did...
Early in the week, I
and
did.
There's 5 comedians, and one is the promoters / comic / booking guy. That's the guy I'm going to take a risk on missing that guy. Because generally, guys that do what you do stink.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Those who can do, those who can't run a room.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Oh, by the way, who ran that room last night? Was that your room too?
The Tiernanog thing? Well, I just arranged it, that's all.
Late night thing.
The Irish bar. Yeah, I just arranged it.
We vaguely remember being there. We specifically remember deciding to go there. Then we went there. Then there was a fight that broke out.
Oh, yeah.
Andy can't.
Oh, there was a fight?
Yeah, there was a fight. One of the, it was your boyfriend there.
I
Your
don't
guy,
have a boyfriend. No,
her
that's my
boy
friend.
who's a friend.
Yeah, my friend who's a guy that I hang out with got really drunk, and I don't know exactly what happened.
Mike, get a mic. Grab a mic. Walk over and grab a mic. There you go. You got it.
There's a guy I know here in town that had gotten belligerently drunk and decided to, and I'm not entirely sure of exactly what happened. I was smoking,
This
but
is Ambery Marine.
yeah,
You have
Amanda
two-
Michelle. It's
That's
close.
it, Amanda.
Close. No, I don't know exactly what happened, but from what I heard, he got on the stage and started yelling and cussing at the comedians specifically, and a comedian that was there got very upset and told him somewhat kindly, from what I heard, to stop. And then the guy on stage approached him aggressively and he punched him right in the face. And then he punched someone else in the face. I'm not entirely sure what the second guy
And then he
did,
pushed Figler
but it might have
around.
just been like a blackout rage thing where you're just swinging on anybody close.
Right,
like,
and then he pushed Figler around. Then I finally separated
He
Figler. and
pushed
just,
Figler around.
Not-
yeah,
no, push
it's
ar-
good we weren't there.
only pushed him around because Figler was allowing it to happen because the owner was standing right there and he did not want to kill the guy right there next to the owner. And I said, hey, let the owner handle this. And Figler came over and the owner handled it.
Good. Shawnee, I need you back on her mic because I want to ask you.
But then he went outside and went after Chris Buck, the guy who's doing the show there, Monday night show up in Jacksonville.
All
He
right.
went outside and went after them.
Yeah, it's good we weren't there.
Yeah. No, we did good.
We've been priding ourselves on not making bad decisions and going home early. Even 4 a.m. this morning seemed like we went to bed early. We got out. Junior, he went right to bed. Sean Rouse, do you remember us booing you off stage
When?
at that?
Obviously, no.
Do you remember doing
At
a
the- at the-
second
at the-
show?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember y'all booing me off though.
No, we went on stage to boo you off stage.
Oh, okay.
Technically, they booed you to the side of the stage. They just scooted you over
Booed
and
you
then
off
let other
from
people.
behind.
You were doing a 7-minute open mic set that lasted like 35 minutes.
Oh, really?
And then finally, I got Andy to go up with me. And
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
and we stood behind you. We didn't actually boo, but we said, all right, you motherfucker. These kids need stage time. You're dragging this bit into 35 minutes of you going, well, hang on, I got it.
Yeah.
And you're hemming and hawing. And we came back in from a cigarette. I goes, he's still on fucking stage. So
Yeah, just pick me up and take me off.
Well,
I mean,
I
when I
from
start
what I
doing that-
remember, and this is what this podcast is all about. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I set you to the side. I go, you be the Simon Cowell. Don't get up because it's too much energy. You just stay on the stage even longer, and after every comic set, you just be Simon Cowell and correct them. That's a vague recollection, and that's the last I remember.
I remember being on
Sure
stage
went right down the shitter after
That's
that,
it.
too.
and drinking a
Well,
beer.
pretty much shut down.
No,
the
it
fight
went-
started, everything went crazy.
It turned into fist fights, and
Yeah.
those are the best stories. That's why last night sucked so much, is because nothing went wrong at their show.
yeah, you're right.
It
smooth.
went good.
Yep.
Everyone was funny. Like, boring. Everyone's just the most funniest people I've ever seen. Boring.
Yeah.
I want fights.
Call somebody a cunt, for God's sake.
It was tried. It was attempted.
So, how often do you do comedy in town?
We get a couple open mics in town. I try to do 3 nights a week at least.
So,
Mike and I do a lot together. We are road dogs together, so we're always riding together. Last week, just before this all started, we had to do a show in Naples at a pool deck with no microphone, PG, which is always awesome. So we try to
Pool
get as
deck?
much in. Pool deck, yeah.
I
At an apartment
hate
community.
that I'm going to do this,
Oh, boy.
but I've had a long life, so when you stumble into those stories where you go, oh, I can one-up that, but I have
There you
to.
go.
Jacksonville, Florida, Comedy Zone. I'm not working the Friday. They canceled my Friday because they had some special event thing.
Right.
Emo Phillips.
At the same time, fucking, where's Chaille? Chaille can fucking verify this. That cocksucker Frank the DJ, he lived there with his whore wife that I fucked when I was visiting my death row inmate. Hey, that gets back to a book plug. Get the book, Digging Up Mother. Pre-order it now. but this story's not in it. But I just happened to get a private party. Hey, Frank says, you want to do a private party? This guy's, I'm like, well, they just canceled my Friday. So yeah, it's $500. I'll do it.
Yeah. I'll destroy
And
that.
it's a dude's living room. And I'm like, there's just no, I'm looking for the place, just aesthetically what's right for comedy. And they had a pool. So I did it on the end of the diving board
Excellent.
with everyone sitting around the pool because I wanted to smoke. And outside I can smoke. And the pool, I'll just stand and I'm yelling. There's no microphone. I'm just yelling at
Same with us, no microphone. 5 minutes before we get to the gig, the promoter calls us and like, hey, you got sound equipment, right? I'm like, no. Oh, I didn't mention that? I'm like, no, I definitely would have known about that.
Oh, I have a way better story that's just like this.
I got molested on the banks of Lake Conroe. I think
What was the PA? Did they have a PA?
No, I just had to scream, just like you.
Oh, Jesus, that's a fucking classic Sean Rouse. Sean Rouse and Andy, I use as examples of people that have been molested and they just make jokes about it. In the rape joke culture crisis, rape jokes are never funny. Well, you know what? Andy and Sean Rouse were both raped as children and they make it funny. And it's those people that use that I'm a victim thing. As soon as Sean Rouse or Andy make it funny, that bursts their bubble of, wait, I get people cry for me and hold me in a support group. If they can make it funny, that just...
Yeah, but there's also levels of getting raped. So it's like if you're getting your face smashed by some frat boy, and then choked out, then it's not gonna be 10 new minutes. You know what I mean? You just gotta fucking.
Not if you're...
If it's quiet, you got a preacher telling you keep it
If
low,
you're a
keep
good
it low.
comic, you're fucking getting your face smashed going, oh, write this down. Do you have a pen? Ow. Do you have
Holy
a pen?
shit.
Ow.
Just write it on my back.
Honestly, when my mother was killing herself, I had in my head, shit, I hate feeling like this, but this is good material.
This is
Yep.
This is the opener. There's a callback.
And there's the closer.
But Rouse's old joke.
And good night, everybody.
I'll fuck up your joke so you tell it correctly. But it was I was molested. No, I wasn't raised Catholic. Raised Baptist. Raised Catholic, molested Baptist. Which my mother would be turning over in her grave. And you know what? For the record, it's my fault. I was jumping through a sprinkler. My wafy ass in tight shorts.
Shorts to my ass.
Who could blame him? So, there's beats missing to that, but it was a fucking beautiful bit. But it was also true. Like, yes, you fucking were molested by a fucking Baptist neighbor.
Yeah. With a jar of candy and a little dog named Happy Girl. And a big bulbous nose and fucking 3-foot wide glasses. It's like, how did you know he wasn't going to fuck me, Mom? Hey, Mom, Clayton's cooking dinner. Okay, honey, I'll just drink some wine. You go have fun.
Jesus.
You guys are just
Good thinking, Ma.
You're stronger Rex than I am, Andy and Sean Rouse here. But I never got raped, and I feel like I don't have any excuse to be as fucked up as you guys. Do you honestly? I think this came up. Do you blame your situation if in your intervention montage from your baby picture, you watch intervention, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They show your baby picture and then they do a quick montage and they find one beat about why you're that fucked up. Is it your molestation?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
Andy's he's leaning
I would agree with that because you're a kid and then you get fucked and then you know everything's askew.
Yeah. And it's not even that, it's just, like parents too, thinking about that. Like, what the fuck was my mom thinking? Who in their right mind would look at that motherfucker and go, yeah, you can take my kid fishing? I mean, who would fucking think that? I just don't get it.
I wish I had some fallback in my montage. Well, their parents got divorced. Well, Dad, no, I was a shittier kid than my parents. Like I was the problem to my parents. Where they did nothing wrong. Yeah, she drank a lot, but I don't remember it. And she went to AA before I was old enough to know what it was. My dad was a sweetheart, and we were such fucking terrors to our parents. Where you go, I blame myself for their early demises. They died because of us.
No, I was a sweetheart as a kid.
Well, you were also a fucking meth head, and you were a basketball star, right?
No.
High school?
Oh, no. When I was on roids after college, I was burying threes at the neighborhood park. But I wouldn't call it a star. I felt like one.
Well, before you get all the fucking curled up lobster claw hands, you were an athlete.
Yeah, I was an athlete. I wasn't a great one.
Well,
And I started getting high, and then it was like, and I was second string, and they're like, hey, come out here and, get lit up by the first string. That's going to be your job.
No, I'm going to go smoke some meth.
You'll get 2 passes a year.
When I first met Rouse,
Maybe
we
not.
were working together, and Babbitt, who is the best comedy club guy ever, Mark Babbitt.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Babbitt says, you're going to see this fucking kid. He's great. We worked together. And back then in the mullet days, yeah, the first thing you do after the show is do shots. So we go to this other bar and like, hey, I'm buying him a shot. He was opening for me. He's like, what are you drinking? He goes, I can't drink. He says, I have lupus. Back then you were misdiagnosed as lupus. It's rheumatoid arthritis. But then he goes, I have lupus. I go, fuck you. I have radio in the morning. What are you drinking? So I talked about that on stage later in the week on open mic night. It was an open mic night where I was hosting, and I go, this kid, and I repeated that story. He goes, yeah. The worst thing is one time I had lupus and radio in the same morning. And I've been in love with him ever since. You can't do Sean Rouse. I try to repeat the shit. And he's so inimitable.
What happened last night with your 60?
What happened last night with his what?
The $60.
$60. Oh, yeah, you were about to say the N-word.
Yeah. We drove to get it.
It's okay. His kids
And it
have
didn't
black.
happen.
Actually,
all right.
actually 1/4 black because he's so white.
I mean, if
That
we're gonna,
half and half is pretty much 1/4.
if we're gonna set the killer termites out on anybody, we might as well throw the guy's name out there, right?
No.
No.
Please,
Listen,
please.
listen.
Dangerous,
Sean Rouse is that drunk. He doesn't remember us booing him off stage if he takes a bad beat on a drug deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it personally.
Yeah. You take care of it locally.
I will. Trust me.
Beat locally, think globally.
I will take care of it. I promise that.
But it's not even a black or white issue. This is a comedian issue.
Yeah.
Comedians are the best people. No one's ever offended in a green room until you fucking beat someone on a drug deal. Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
You don't ever perform.
I think that's probably part of Trump's popularity. Everybody in that room got fucking
trumped
by a brother on a Saturday night. That's where.
All right, fuck the.
That's where the racism comes from.
I really hate that guy.
That's we're fuck the 10-minute thing. This is the last 10-minute podcast, so we're just gonna trade you out with Pantzer.
Pantzer.
The last
You
Pantzer,
fucking crushed me so hard.
Right on. Thanks, man. It was a lot of fun.
I quoted one of your bits, which is bad. Like I just burned a guy's bit, but it's my podcast. It's not like you just.
I'm just glad you fucking
Sold it.
remembered it, man.
It was the this is a hairstyle that'll never make you. That'll exclude you from.
Picking up your buddy's kid from school, yeah.
And Tracy, his Chaille's girlfriend, nudged me because that just happened to me, where a girl that we know in town, Suzanne, said, "Hey, listen, I'm stuck at work and my kid didn't bring her coat. Now it's unseasonably cold. Can you pick her up at the bus stop?" And I'm like, "Tracy, you got to come with me because I cannot fucking sit outside a bus stop."
Yeah.
And she's nudging me, but you have a very distinct look that we described on an earlier podcast. How long have you been doing this stupid shit?
It'll be 6 years next month. Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. All right. No, we're don't yell it out like that last asshole. We're gonna guess your age. Everyone turn around. Do a fucking little turnaround. I'm pretty good at this. I think I might have already asked you. I'm going to say, don't say it, 42. 44.
48.
65.
Chaille says,
Where's your tongue? 43.
how old?
43.
Oh! It's the tongue always gives it away.
Uh,
Because the tongue brings you back. Sorry.
I should have said $1.
Fucking absolutely brilliant. It's up. Oh, okay. Go on my and it's called Bill Burr Puppet Act is on YouTube now. On Stanhope TV is our channel, so you can see the Bill Burr Puppet Act. Fucking hilarious from what I remember.
Oh yeah, it did well. It did real well.
So what's your story? What's your backstory? You're stuck here, or you just live here, or you want to live here?
I moved here when my dad had some heart problems a couple of years ago. I had started in Austin. And
that makes sense.
yeah, I don't know that I was the best fit for that city. I'm not really the hipstery kind of skinny jeans dude.
But no, they love weird there.
They do love weird. I mean, I did well there, but I felt I needed to kind of broaden my horizons, and where better to do it than fucking Florida.
Well, all right, and chime in, grab a microphone if you can. Tom Rhodes came out of Florida.
Yep.
Other than that, what names are Florida names?
Billy Gardell.
What?
Brian Regan.
Larry
Gone.
the Cable Guy.
Who's still here?
Yeah, Tosh is out of Florida. There's really no one.
But there's nobody. Every time we came here, we had no opener. When we were trying to find a local opener, like, who do you get? I'd tweet it or Facebook it or MySpace it. Nah, pretty Paul Parsons. Is he dead or is he
Not
dead?
that. Very close.
Right,
You know about that.
Are we talking about wrestling now?
I did open for Mick Foley a couple of months ago. That was,
Yeah.
But there's no comedy scene here, which is great for a
Yeah.
new guy. is create a scene, which is what you're doing, Peter O'Keefe.
Right.
Yeah, you create a scene. When I started in 1990, there were like a dozen open micers in Las Vegas. And, well, I was the best of them quickly because there's only a dozen. Even Tucson, which is like 300,000 people, they have one comedy club that's only open Friday, Saturday, and they do a Thursday open mic like once a month. And there's 40 guys trying to get on stage. Here, there's no comedy. You can actually grow and do a bunch of shows. I'll Brian Hennigan you after this about how you should do
and
it.
Daytona has like 4 or 5 open mics a week. And so you can get on stage and do things a lot. If you stay away from those cunts over in Orlando, there's a lot of good open mics, but they're kind of cunty over there, so it's a little difficult sometimes.
That's really not the scuttlebutt, as Junior Stopka would say in the you know what if you want to do stand-up comedy in the country of the United States, stay away from Orlando. They're really cunty. Boston and San Francisco have that, and deservedly so, that they were always snobbish. But
Clicky.
Orlando,
Clicky. Very clicky.
you got Daytona.
We're happy here. We really enjoy it here, and Daytona's great. So, and it gives us especially pride when we go to Orlando and crush in front of those guys and then walk out. Fuck you. See you later.
Well, you fucking crushed.
Thanks, man. Now we're trying to take it up a notch and get out of the state, spread our wings a little bit more, but still build something here that we have at home that maybe builds a bigger, better scene. There are some young comics in town that they get caught up in the bigger cities. Oh, I got to drive to fucking Jacksonville and Orlando tonight to do the open mic, and we're like, but we got a perfectly good fucking one right here. But you're gonna drive an hour for that?
That's the problem. I'm gonna save till after we stop this podcast. Which, Sean, close this out with something strong, and then I'll fucking give you my dumb, drunken opinions about how you do open mic.
Oh,
But tell us something, Sean Rouse. Were you smoking heroin too?
yeah. Yeah. And meth. Yeah. And snorting Xanax.
Snorting Xanax.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was a crazy chick. Yeah. She's just everything all ass backwards.
It's always the girl's fault.
It was some crazy chick.
She got molested too.
I never
course
got
you-
molested either, man.
I liked her.
My life has gone perfectly, and I feel so awful for just bitching about everything because every domino has fallen my way. Everything's been perfect. I'm 49. I've been saying I'm 50 since I'm 48 because it's a round number. And then when I finally hit 50, if I die, then I'm like, I have nothing to bitch about other than the career I made bitching about shit.
I was a fucking Republican politician and then a marketing director for Dell Computers and a country singer in Nashville. Not a good career choice for a Jew from New York. And now a comedian. So, yeah, I can't complain.
I told you
I made a
Jews
deal with-
run Dell.
I made a deal with the devil laying in bed after a Robert Johnson documentary when I was about 11, when I still believed in God. And I think that's why I'm in pain all the time.
Did you really make a deal with the devil? Because there's a story in my book, Digging Up Mother. Pre-order it.
I'd like to figure out.
I
how
don't
to
think
make
the
a deal
devil
with the
was
devil.
listening, but
He
I
never
was
shows
very
up.
young.
I would do it a lot of times in the casinos. I'd be like,
Yeah.
fuck, just once. Come on, man. Just once. Pop up. I'll fucking sign it away. Never shows.
Mike has a good story about ripping off the United States government for $11,000 one time.
Hang on. Mike has a good story about First of all, don't. What was that crazy cabbie guy that bragged about? I didn't pay the IRS shit, and he went to jail for it.
Oh no,
So don't.
I already paid for it. When I was in the Air Force, they have this big thing out in near Vegas at Nellis Air Force Base called Red Flag, where it's like all the countries compete and shit. And they sent my squadron there, and they didn't have any room on base, so they put us up down on the strip and just bust us.
Wait, you were Air Force?
Yeah. And they bust us back to base every day and back every night. So
they let you have part of your hair back?
Part of it. And they gave us all, instead of giving us like a per diem, they gave us all our own American Express cards backed by the United States government. And then they just set us loose in Vegas for 2 weeks. And $11,000 later, I was losing a stripe and being asked to leave the Air Force.
Wait, they lose just one stripe, but you're out of here.
I only had
still
one.
Wear...
You can still keep.
They'd taken the other one earlier. Getting high behind the blast fences is apparently not authorized government business.
I think that belch means the end of a. That's the end of the
the Easter podcasting
Chaille.
session. And happy Easter to everyone.
Chaille's about to put on a breather for the amount of cigarette smoke that's in this room. $200 cleaning fee. I think you're undercutting yourself. I think you're going to need new carpeting, walls, and ceilings. Bert Kreischer, we just tweeted a picture. Peter O'Keefe wearing a Bert Kreischer memorial T-shirt. Oh, we're going to be selling special merchandise because the Andy Andrist Junior Stopka Sean Rouse tour has made up merchandise with my face on it, where I made perfectly clear I'm just coming as an audience member for my birthday, but they still have merchandise, and they've been tweeting their shows as though I'm part of the entire tour, much less just this date. So all this merchandise they cannot sell from people that are pissed off that they weren't here. You can get some fraudulent merchandise that we're going to take from Andy and sell on our website that has Sean Rouse, Junior Stopka, at Rousemouth is for Sean Rouse, at Junior Stopka, Stopka, and at Andy Andrist, not Andrews, Andrist. So, yeah, find them, tweet them, tell them you love them. Tell them that you fucking hated the show, that you're a Christian, and you're still waiting outside. Inside. We've covered all this. Peter O'Keefe, what's your at?
At Peter O'Keefe 1 and at Death Squad Florida.
Oh yeah, you're Death Squad Florida. FL?
FLA.
All right. Yeah, that makes a difference. People,
it'll get there.
At Mike's Losers.
Mike's Losers, spelled out Mike's no
Mike's
Z.
Losers. Nope, just Mike's Losers. I got it. That's my website, my Facebook, my Twitter, all of it.
It was a pleasure to see all of you guys. It's been a fucking great weekend.
And may we say happy birthday to you, sir.
Yes,
that was yesterday.
Happy birthday. No, this is your birthday weekend.
I'm losing a lot of days.
It's not ending.
We're done. That's a fucking weekend of podcasts that we promised. We will get home to Bisbee on Tuesday, a couple days from now, and we will catch up with Miss Bingo Bingaman and her Valley Hospital stories that we can now finally tell, because she's got sprung from the joint, and I got a list of names. I got a list of demands, written on the palm of my hands. I want it.
Good night.